Hello, children, and how are you today? You're welcome to this class online, English language. We shall be studying English language today. Yes, and our topic for today, as you well know, is affirmative and negative sentences. Affirmative and negative sentences. Affirmative and negative sentence. Did you get that? Beautiful. I said affirmative and negative sentences. Topic for today, English language. English language. Today, our learning objectives shall include, but not limited to, defining affirmative sentence. 2. Defining negative sentences. Defining affirmative sentences. Okay? Defining negative sentences. Comparing affirmative with negative sentences. Then we make examples of these sentences. We make or give examples as it may apply. Our topic for today in English language is affirmative and negative sentences. Are we clear? Do you understand? Affirmative and negative sentences. We should be able to define affirmative sentence, identify affirmative sentence in every kind of sentence that we see. Okay? If we read it, we must identify it. If we see it, we must identify it. If we hear it, we must be able to identify. Okay? And then we must be able to teach it or correct others. Teach others or correct others of what affirmative sentence is or should be. Is that clear? We should be able to define negative sentence and apply it in use. You must know, you must be able to identify and understand the meaning of affirmative and negative sentences, then be able to apply it, yes, and put it in use. Are we together? Okay, now let's go to our first slide. What is affirmative sentence? Our first slide says, what is affirmative sentence? An affirmative sentence is a positive sentence, a positive statement that expresses a truth. It is a statement of truth. Do you get that? It's a statement of truth. It's something that is positive and stated positively. Example, the child is sleeping beside its mother. The child is sleeping beside its mother. That is an example of a positive sentence or statement. Now, mind you that we shall be using sentence and statement interchangeably. Know that sentence and statement are two similar words that can be interused. Is that clear? So when I say sentence, I mean statement. When I say statement, I mean sentence. Do you understand? So on our example, the child is sleeping beside its mom is a positive sentence. The child is sleeping beside its mother. Mabel is here to see you. Mabel is here to see you. It's a positive sentence, because you have seen Mabel and you are reporting that Mabel is here to see me. So it's a positive sentence. Okay, let's move on. What do we mean by negative sentence? What exactly do we mean by negative sentence? A negative sentence, on the other hand, is a sentence that states that something is false or not true. Something is false or not true. It is not true. It is incorrect. The message passed on in that sentence is incorrect. That is the essence of negative sentence. And for you to be able to identify easily negative sentence, you have to note the word N-O-T. N-O-T, not. N-O-T, not, is a powerful indication of a negative sentence. I should say that again. Yes. I just said that N-O-T, not. N-O-T, not, is a powerful indication of a negative sentence. A negative sentence, a negative statement indicates that something is false. False. Not true. Incorrect. Is that clear? Is that clear? Beautiful. I give an example. The child is not sleeping beside its mother. Not. N-O-T. Helping to indicate negative sentence. Do you understand? In the positive sentence, we learned that the child is sleeping beside its mother. But now, in the negative, the child is not sleeping beside its mother. Mabel is not here to see you. Mabel is not here to see you. Mabel is not here to see you. Okay? Negative sentence. Now let us compare affirmative with negative sentence. Affirmative sentence on the side, negative sentence on the other hand. So if we say in the affirmative, he drove the car carelessly. He drove the car carelessly. The negative impact of that sentence or the negative side of that affirmative sentence will be, he didn't drive the car carelessly. He didn't drive the car carelessly, or he did not drive the car carelessly. They live in London, affirmative. They live in London. Negative, they don't live in London. They do not live in London. They don't live in London. They do not live in London. Mr. Jones is a family friend. Pardon? Affirmative. What's the negative of that sentence? Mr. Jones isn't a family friend. Or Mr. Jones is not a family friend. Therefore, when you look at the negative sentences, you will see that contraction has been used. He didn't drive the car carelessly. Didn't in that sentence is a contracted word. Contraction has been used in the second sentence. They don't live in London. Don't is a contracted word. Mr. Jones isn't a family friend. Isn't is a contracted word. Do you understand? Now, to write it in the regular way, without the contraction, or to read it without the contraction, we say, he did not drive the car carelessly. We're talking about negative sentence. They don't live in London. They do not live in London. No, they do not live in London. Yes? Mr. Jones isn't a family friend. Mr. Jones is not a family friend. Uncontract these words. That is what you get. Contraction of the word in negative senses, he didn't drive the car carelessly. Uncontracted form, he did not drive the car carelessly. They don't live in London. Contracted form. Uncontracted form, they do not live in London. Mr. Jones isn't a family friend. Mr. Jones is not a family friend. Are we clear? So the negative sentences can be contracted. And remember, NOT is essential to identifying a negative sentence. Are we together? Are we together? Beautiful. Now let's move on to the next slide. And our next slide says evaluation. We have learned now that there are sentences that are called affirmative sentences and negative sentences. We have understood that affirmative sentences are sentences that are made in the positive, while the negative sentence are sentences that are made in the negative. Perhaps we should break that down. Affirmative sentences are sentences that are true, cogent. Negative sentences, on the other hand, are sentences that indicate a fault. They indicate incorrect. They indicate not true. Do you understand? These are the two different types of sentences we're treating today. And we have been able to say that a negative sentence or statement goes most of the time with N-O-T, not. Goes with N-O-T, not. Is that clear? Do you understand? So all sentences can become negative. They can become negative sentences. They can be converted to negative sentences, bearing in mind the use of N-O-T. Negative sentences do not attack affirmative sentences. They only state the other side. The other side, the opposite of the affirmative using N-O-T. Now let's look at the evaluation. The evaluation now is make the following affirmative sentences negative using the contracted form. Remember, the contracted form is when you put an apostrophe in a missing, to replace a missing letter. You place an apostrophe in a word to replace a missing letter. Okay? That is when we have apostrophe. A good reminder would be for you to check out the first slide, and you have a better understanding of contracted form of words or contraction. Now, using the contracted form, that is the shortened form, we say, Stephen loves ice cream. The sentence is, Stephen loves ice cream. It is an affirmative sentence. Now, write the negative part of the sentence using the contracted form. Stephen loves ice cream. Give me an answer. Very good. Very good. Yes. Stephen doesn't love ice cream. Stephen doesn't love ice cream. Do you get it? Now, the second one. This plane flies to Abuja. This plane flies to Abuja. Yes. Your answer, please. Very good. Very good. This plane doesn't fly to Abuja. This plane doesn't fly to Abuja. Are we together? Very good. Now, let's make the following negative sentences affirmative. Let's make the following negative sentences affirmative. And what do we have? First sentence, first negative sentence, we have, we didn't forget his name. Affirmative, remember affirmative is positive. We didn't forget his name, or we did not forget his name. Beautiful. We didn't forget his name. Affirmative becomes, we forgot his name. We forgot his name, yes? Very good. Yes, you got it. Number two, the farmer didn't pay his tax. The farmer didn't pay his tax. The farmer did not pay his tax. That's a negative sentence or statement. So turn it to affirmative sentence. And we have, yes, gone. Beautiful. The farmer paid his tax. The farmer paid his tax. Are we together? Beautiful. If you have been able to do or to answer these evaluation questions, then you're on the good road to affirmative and negative sentences success. You're good. Now, let me give a roundup on what we have learned so far. We have been able to say that affirmative sentences are positive sentences that state a truth. It states a truth. It mentions a truth. It reads a truth. It writes a truth. It is a truth. Yes. The negative sentence, on the other hand, is an indication of a false, meaning it indicates not correct. It indicates not true. It indicates no. Do you get it? Very good. Negative sentences are best written or best understood when there is NOT. NOT is a beautiful indication of a negative sentence. Don't let's forget that. NOT is a beautiful indication or indicator of a negative sentence. Yes. Are we together? Oh, together. Thank you very much for being online today, staying with us and learning more. It gives us great joy to have you online. We enjoy having you online. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for listening and learning. Thank you so very, very much for sparing your time. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and stay connected. Thank you. I say stay what? Healthy, stay connected, and stay safe. Most importantly, stay safe. God bless. Thank you.